Hey guys, what's up? So today I am back with another Polaroid video, and I'm just going to be showing you guys how to take the best Polaroid pictures possible. So if you guys are new here, make sure to click the big red subscribe button down below and comment down below if you guys want to see any more Polaroid videos. You guys always love my Polaroid videos. They are the most popular videos on my channel, and you guys are always requesting for more of them. So I thought I would come at you with another one. This video was actually a request by one of my subscribers, so thank you for that. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so the first thing about taking the best Polaroid photo is lighting. It has so much to do with lighting. It can make or break your photo. And I don't think I've shared this before, but I'm actually a photographer on the side. Like, it's my side job. So I do like weddings and senior portraits and couples and all that fun stuff. So I do have a few tips of a like photographer side for the lighting. So one of my tips is that you should always know where the sun is at the time of day. So it depends on if you're taking a photo in the morning or at night, where the sun is coming in at and your backlighting situation. So you can take a photo and have the sun behind you and it can look really cool, but a Polaroid isn't really great at capturing that. So I definitely recommend having the sun coming towards you. Like right now I'm standing at this window, so the sun is coming towards me like this. I would take a Polaroid picture this way and make sure the setting is on what it wants to be on and take it this way rather than this way. You can see all the shadows are on my face and the lighting is behind me. So I definitely recommend using the direct light depending on the time of day, but that is going to be your best bet for the best photo. Okay, so my second tip is to make your photos really fun. So I just got this pack of Fujifilm Instax Mini 9 filters, and there is a ton of them in here. There are different shapes and stuff, and this just makes your photos more fun and different. So it's not just a standard photo of whatever you're doing, but it brings in some different color schemes and different ideas. Like some of these have different shapes on them and stuff, so it's really fun to just play around with the different accessories as well as selfie lenses. If you don't have the newer version, you can add a selfie lens to grab all your friends in a photo and take a selfie together, and it's just good to utilize those accessories that are really, really cheap on Amazon. You can get them for seriously like $2 or $3. So yes, utilize the filters and accessories and fun little stickers you can put on the film and different types of film. Like I've bought a pack of black and white film before, super fun. So just utilize all the fun stuff that you can buy extra. Okay, so my next tip is also from a photographer's eye, but that is to not take all your photos eye level, to get down low and take them shooting up or to shoot up above. I've taken some really cool ones from like somebody, like for example, we did a picnic photo shoot and she was sitting on the ground on the blanket. So instead of just shooting at eye level, like, oh, here we go, I went like above and I got it of like the picnic stuff from that angle. So it's really fun to just play around with different angles. I personally love low angles. I know not everyone loves low angles, but I love taking photos from like a low angle, like closer to the ground, even laying on the ground literally, like to get the really cool shot, and shooting up. Those are really cool. Or if you have like a higher object, like say you were traveling and you were at the Statue of Liberty, it's one thing just to take it eye level, or if you got way down low and you got it up, or if you like just shot the top of it. Like there's so many different options, and it's so fun to play around with angles, and it can like totally change your photo based off of the angle that you take it at. Okay, so my next tip comes from experience, and that is to use the settings it wants it on. There have been so many times where it says that it should be on cloud, and I'm like, well, it's a little bit sunny, I'm gonna use the sun one, and it ruins the photo. Always, most likely, trust it, because it knows what it's talking about. It knows what it's doing. So there have been so many times where I've tried to do the opposite settings or what I think was right, and sometimes it works, but most times, 9 out of 10, it does not work. So just stick with the settings it wants it to be on, as well as high key mode. I've explained this a little bit before in my past videos, but if you don't know what high key mode is, that just makes everything brighter. So it takes everything and literally like high key makes it brighter. So I also was going to shout out the fact that I do have a few other Polaroid videos if you guys want to check those out. I have one on how to use, one on how I display and random tips, and I have a super cringy one from 2015 of me explaining how to use a Polaroid camera, and I quote, "I have never taken a photo on this camera before." Okay, my next tip is to avoid photos at night unless you have a light source. So this might not make sense, but just think of it this way. So if you are at a 4th of July party and you want to get it of the fireworks, I would not recommend. I have literally done this before and it does not work because it's too dark, and that little tiny light source of the firework itself, which is bright in person, but when you're looking through the viewfinder, is too small, and it just goes with the whole background. There's no foreground, there's no background, it just all blurs it together. So I recommend, like, if you're going to take a picture of you and your friends at an arcade at night, to have one of the games, like just as an example, in front. So put the camera in front so the game can like light up the people. So it can be nighttime and you can use high key mode, but make sure there's some sort of light source. Like if you're outside on your street and you want to take one in the middle of your street and you have street lights coming in, it's a little bit of light even though it's nighttime. But if there weren't street lights, you're just going to blend into the background. So make sure that when you're shooting at night that you have a little bit of light source, enough that when you're looking through the viewfinder, you can even differentiate, like, okay, do you think this is going to blur? Because when all the ink comes out, it's not always going to grab those details and it's going to like mush it all together. Another tip that has to do with lighting is shadows. Shadows are a huge thing for Polaroid pictures and regular pictures in general. I always avoid shadows because it just casts really weird shapes and lines on your face. Shadows can be utilized, like if it's like a bridge or something and there's lines, it can look cool. But for the most part, when you're shooting in shadows, you're going to be under trees. That's usually where this happens, and you get some weird lines because all the branches and leaves are all different shapes and sizes. So you're going to get some weird little like shapes and colors differentiating all over your face, and it's just not going to look that great. Just trust me on this one. And with the Polaroid, since the ink goes all together, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just like when the ink comes out, it kind of mushes the shadows into the picture and it just doesn't look right. So try to avoid shadows. If you can, go in direct sunlight or go in direct shade. It'll be a lot easier and the picture will just come out better. So you'll notice that if you do walk into the sun and you decide to take a picture there, the setting is going to be very different versus the shade. But when you try to shoot them in shadows, it's confused between the two. Like, should I do shade? Should I do sun? And it can't grasp it. So just try to avoid shadows as much as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions about how to use your Polaroid camera or anything, I can probably answer them down below in the comments, so let's chat. Let me know if you have any questions, and make sure to click the big red subscribe button down below if you aren't already subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!